What's going on YouTube? It's your boy SCG, aka Steve the God, and we back again with another match to do video, right? I know it's been a good while since I've posted, right? But we back, right? I've been playing Yu-Gi-Oh quite a lot more, honestly. Like, I've been getting the hang of it. I've been getting back into it. I usually be using the Zombie World deck that's revolved around, like, you know, Doom King and stuff like that. But I do have a different deck today. Well, I wanted to use the vampires, right? So that entire deck has a whole bunch of vampires inside of it, but I wanted to utilize them more. I feel as if I was never utilizing them as much. So I went and I created the deck to utilize them, and they're really good. I honestly like them a lot. So let's get right into the deck list, right? So boom. So it's pretty much the standard same kind of deck that I had before, right? The only thing different is now they added in Vampire Ghost, right? Now Vampire Ghost is literally all I need is him and another vampire in my hand, and I can start up a whole bunch of stuff, right? He's really good, he's really strong, and I really enjoy using him. He is a really good addition to the deck, and he just makes everything flow a lot better, right? I also have Fool's Burial inside of this deck now. I have Dark Sacrifice. It's a negate. Like, if he tries to destroy any of my cards, it's a negate, and I get to throw a level 3 or lower dark monster from my deck to the graveyard, which is huge, which is really huge. I don't think I have a video showcasing this yet, but I will eventually use this card. I've never drawn this card, but it's really good though, right? Then I also have Vampire Domination. You guys already seen this card before in the other deck. But now I have 2 of them, so I get to, you know, draw it, eat more. I have Vampire Desire. This card is really clutch whenever I get it, or if I draw it. Vampire Void. This man right here makes people rage. You're gonna see this as the upcoming videos. He's also inside of the other deck, but like I said, I'm utilizing these vampires more, right? These vampires are really strong. They're really good. Here's the deck list. And yeah, we're about to get into it. So the little event that he has going on, the little theme event, is basically where I've been using this deck at. All these videos came from the theme event. It's pretty good. It's really good. And if you do play this game, definitely play these events. These events give you so much little crystals, gems, so you can, like, you know, buy the packs and stuff like that. They're really good. Like, I've gotten so many of them gems, right? And they're really fun to play. You know, they make you get a different play style. Like, I had to take some cards that I use out because they were just, you can't use them, right? So boom, he ended his turn. He didn't really have nothing, I guess, right? So started off with the Unizami. He maxed siege, right? Try to get zombie rolls as fast as possible, right? Boom, zombie rolls out. Use his second effect to try and throw glow balloon out the grave. Glow balloon goes, and Void is already out, right? Now this guy is really strong because he gets to basically anything that's inside the graveyard, I just negate that, right? Anything in the graveyard, just negate that. And he just started using a whole bunch of effects right here, right? Effects, none of these effects really need to be read, right? Then it ended my turn, right? So anything inside of the graveyard, I negate, right? Anything, and then I also have 2 negates right here, right? So I'm looking really good on my side, right? Actually, no, I'm sorry, not 2 negates. This card is really good, Vampire Awakening. I get to special summon any vampire, and I special summon him, right? Then he goes poof. Boom. Right? Drew a card, drew another Vampire Domination, right? So I set that. Throw another Glow Balloon, because why not, right? Might as well. Boom. Summon him right. Then I go right into Vampire Sucker. Off rip. Have to have this girl, man. Have to have her. Boom. Vampire Sucker's out, right? Now, Vampire Sucker is so strong, right? She allows me to tribute any zombie monster that's not on my team, that's not on my side. Zombie World makes everything a zombie monster. Therefore, I can tribute his own monsters. Boom. So tributed his monster, right? Because that monster cannot be destroyed by battle or card effect or something like that. So I'm like, you know what? Just gonna distribute it. Why not, right? And he used this effect, right? Whatever effect he's using, nah, I'm just gonna negate that, right? Just gonna negate that. Then I get the special summon. Void comes right back out to play. He's out. Every time a zombie monster, he's gone. He's gone. It's just like that. Like it's really this deck is really strong. On to game 2. So we're going up against a relinquished deck, right? I have a relinquished deck, and I also am going to be showcasing you with that deck as well, right? So I already know how relinquish gets down. So I'm like, you know what? Basically, what this card does, if you activate any effect, then he's able to negate it and then take your card, right? And then that entire time that he has that card on your side, he gains the attack and defense of that monster, and I can no longer use effects of that monster. So I said, you know what? If I'm not even going to activate his effect, I'm just going to beat his ass. And then he had this in his hand, which basically does the same. It basically does the same exact thing, but from the hand. He targets a card, equip it to his card. You know what I'm saying? Right? Somehow that's really unfortunate, right? I didn't even get to do anything. I didn't even get to play the game, but it's all right. It's all right. We're gonna fast forward this because none of this really matters. He's just doing a whole bunch of effects that not gonna save him, right? Hit me, hit me, right? End of his turn, right? Boom. Now it's back to my turn. As you can see, I have a whole bunch of the same damn cards, right? So I'm like, might as well just normal summon this, and now I'll just kill him, right? Don't activate no effect, just kill him, just get rid of him, right? Activate Zombie World. Not gonna do anything with it, but it's just there, right? It's just there because a lot of times when people see Zombie World, they try their hardest to kill it, right? I don't know why Zombie World scares a lot of people, but they do, right? It does, right? So he summons Blackluster Soldier, right? Blackluster Soldier doesn't really have too great of effects. It's just like if he kills something, he's able to gain attack, banish the card, whatever. So he banished Zombie World, but then I just brought Zombie World right back because, you know, why not, right? So now I'm looking like, damn, this is gonna be kind of tough. But I drew a really great card, Vampire Domain. Literally the best card I could have drawn. And here we go. This is, oh my god, this is too good. Right? Vampire Sucker comes out, right? So like I told you guys before, Vampire Domain gives me an additional normal summon for only vampire monsters, right? So boom. Then I use his effect, send the cat, bring back the cat, get me an additional little card. I just draw a card every time a zombie monster gets go from the graveyard and gets special summoned. Then I drew Vampire Desires, right? I drew Vampire Desires, and I got lucky. I chose Vampire Desires from Retainer. What Retainer's effect is, I can get any spell or trap card from my deck whenever it's special summoned, right? So I do Vampire Desires, and then from special summoning him from the graveyard, I drew, got lucky and drew Ash Blossom, right? So now I'm using Vampire Desires effect, right? Vampire Desires, basically I choose to target a vampire monster that I have and send a vampire that's in my deck to the graveyard with a different level, right? Now here's where this watch is so good. What this guy does inside the graveyard is a quick effect. So I can do this on my turn or your turn. This is a quick effect, right? And basically, I get to get an additional normal summon after I pay 500 and banish him, right? So what I did was, now I have Vampire Vamp in my hand. Vampire Vamp is an extremely strong card, right? Once per turn, when this card is normal summon, I can target one monster that my opponent controls with a higher attack than this card and equip it. And then I gain that attack combined with the attack that I already have, right? And then if I were to get sent to the graveyard while equipped by a card, I can special summon them right back, right? This is huge, right? So now, with Vampire Sucker and Zombie World, I can tribute his card, or I can tribute mine, right? Or I can use Vampire's Vamp effect and just get rid of both of mine, and then target his, right? But the reason why I couldn't target his is because if this was Link Summon using a level 7 or higher monster, then I can't target it with card effects, right? So I was just like, I looked inside the game, and he used Messy, which is a 7 or higher, right? So distributed his card, got rid of him, smacked him up a little bit, and I get my life back, right? I love this setup. Like, you get your life back, right? Like this deck burns through so much life, but Vampire Domain is there to save your life, right? He put this card out. I already know what this card does. So I'm just gonna just Ash Blossom. You gotta Ash Blossom that, right? You know, I'm not gonna let you get any card inside of your hand, right? And then from there, it was just like, you won. He just gave up from there. Which, I mean, he wasn't gonna win. Another 2K. Easy money. Then from there, end of the game. It's too good. It's too good. Game number 3. Alright, we got game number 3 here. As you guys can see, it's a reoccurrence of like these weird hands that I get, right? I'm always getting these weird hands. But this guy right here, oh my god, when I saw this guy, I was having I was laughing. I was so happy because I'm like, I'm going against my deck. Like, I'm going against another vampire / zombie world type of deck, right? This is probably like the second time I've ever even went against another like vampire-ish or zombie world deck. Not a lot of people use this deck, right? But it was really cool to finally go up against this, right? So he's doing the setup. He's doing the whole shindig. He got a great hand to start with. He's doing everything, right? He's doing everything, right? So inside of his reveal hand, what he used when he special summoned the vampire, he grabbed Vampire Domination, right? Which is, you know, the card that I use to negate stuff. So I already knew he was gonna try and negate something. So I was trying to play around. I was trying to bait him to use his negate, but he knows the deck just as well as me. So, you know, he's not falling for it, right? So the entire time he's just going, and I was mad because he kept drawing cards, right? He kept drawing cards, right? I didn't think it was safe to go into Vampire Sucker, only because if I went to Vampire Sucker and then tried to use Fraulein to run over his, she was just going to destroy my Fraulein when I activated my effect with his Vampire Domination, right? So I'm playing this really cautious because I don't want him to negate me, right? So I'm still trying to bait out that Vampire Domination. It's not coming out. He's using Fraulein. I use my Linkuriboh. Did not take any damage here. This is kind of a misplay. I thought I could use Linkuriboh's effect again to make them go back to 0, but I couldn't. So misplay there. I should have just let him hit my card and then he, you know, takes 0 damage. But it's fine, right? This is where stuff gets interesting right here. I'm pretty sure, right? So I got rid of him, put him out. He grabbed another card. He's just racking up cards at this point, right? I'm still trying to get him to use Vampire Domination, but he's just not going for it, right? So I never normal summoned yet. Vampire Ghost, Man of the Hour. Got my Void, right? Use him, send that, bring back my cat. The cat gives me Vampire Domain. Now I'm able to do an additional normal summon, right? So I was hoping he was negating somewhere around here, but he wasn't negating. And because he did not negate, he lost this duel. Vampire Sucker comes out. He already has Zombie World out, so I don't even need to get a Zombie World. So therefore I can just use his card to tribute summon. And he just quit. I know the deck better than him. If I was him, he should have won. Because he already had the setup already. But I'm just too good. Okay, last and final duel for you guys. You see the power of Vampire Sucker plus Zombie World. It's too strong. It's too strong, right? And this deck isn't even complete yet, right? So I drew Typhoon. I'm like, I might as well just use it, right? Got rid of that. Glad I got rid of that, because that's a very annoying card to deal with, right? Got my Zombie World out. I'm moving and grooving, and then he Ash Blossoms. I'm like, well, that kind of sucks, right? That kind of hurt a little bit, but it's okay. It's fine. Right, we move. I had to hit him for the 1300, couldn't do no more, and we move. Right? So now it's his turn. He's using Eternal, he's using Dark Magician. I do not like Dark Magicians. I think Dark Magicians is, I wouldn't say one of the worst decks, but it's just because of Eternal Soul. Eternal Soul is such a hindrance to the deck, and like, you're gonna see why. I'll explain to you when it happens, right? So, normal summon Glow Balloon. I'm like, no way he has another Ash Blossom, right? I'll take the challenge. He will have another Ash Blossom. Normal special summon Vampire Red Baron. his effect is that if I destroy a card, then I'm able to special summon into my field. Boom. Then I XYZ summon into, you know who, Mr. Vampire Sheridan. Then I already knew he had Eternal Soul, so I'm gonna destroy that, right? And then he uses Eternal Soul's effect, which is he special summoned Dark Magician, right? I don't know what he's going for, because if this card gets destroyed, I get to, you know, if Eternal Soul gets destroyed, then he just has to destroy all of his monsters on his field, like everything. He's using all these effects to get them all destroyed. Not sure what he was going for there. Then just bring back his boy, so he doesn't. In case that's another Eternal Soul, I brung back his Dark Resistance, so therefore he couldn't special summon, right? There's my go. Do down the Vampire Domain, set that. Let's buff him up a little bit here. So you guys didn't see, but on my turn when I tried to hit him, it asked him if he wanted to use an effect. And I didn't want to get caught into getting hit with like a any of them stupid cards with the like Mirror Forces and nothing like that. I didn't want to get hit with any of those, right? So with that being said, let me just not hit him, because I wasn't gonna kill him anyway, right? So once again, I get an additional normal summon. Got Void out. Grab 2 of his monsters again. Now I knew he was gonna use Eternal Soul, which is perfect because I have Vampire Domination. You're not gonna special summon anything, my guy, because with Eternal Soul and Dark Magician Circle, if a Dark Magician monster is special summoned on his side of the field, he's able to banish 1 card on my side, which I could not let happen. Now we're right into another Sheridan, because why not? Use his effect, destroy one of these back rows just because. Called by the grave. That's probably what acts, right? Might as well get some life back while I'm at it, right? And then that's just game. This deck is really good. I think it's a really strong deck. I wouldn't say it's like top tier and nothing, but it's really fun. It's really fun to use. It's just fun, you know, tributing cards. The reason why I think it's a really strong deck, I think it's such a strong deck for the most part, because a lot of cards is like, oh, you can't target this with card effects, or you can't destroy it by battle, can't destroy it by this, can't target. So it's like, you don't have to worry about that when Vampire Sucker and Zombie World, because it's like, I'm just gonna tribute you. You legit can't do anything about it, right? You can't do nothing about it. It's a really strong card. So this is the deck list. I have 44 cards. A lot of people only have 40 cards inside of their deck, right? So yeah, you don't have to run all these cards. If you can run 2 of everything if need be, or take out these 2 or something like that. Hey, this is the deck list. You can mix and match it however you guys want. But this is my preference. I am gonna add and take away throughout, you know, playing with it and trying to make it better. But this is the deck list. I think low-key, I think this deck runs a lot more smoothly than when I was trying to get Doom King. I think it just works a lot smoothly. All of those, like I told you guys before, I wasn't able to use Doom King because I was using an event and he was like banned or whatever. But I tried to make this video rather quickly. I didn't want to make a long video. But hope you guys enjoyed, and catch you guys in the next one.